Let's take a look at the other news where it's been 2 years since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan. But AhmadMassoud, who is the founder and leader of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, is challenging it as he runs a low-level insurgency against the Taliban in the Panjshir Valley. He's the eldest son of military leader Ahmad Shah Massoud, the late Tiger of Panjshir, who fought against Russian occupation in the 1980s and who was assassinated 48 hours before the 9/11 attacks in the US. Now we have Ahmad Massoud, who's joining us right now from Tajikistan. Thanks for being with us, Ahmad. First, could you tell us that it seems that from the outside, the Taliban is firmly in control of Afghanistan for over 2 years now. Are there parts that you believe that are not under their full control and where you are challenging them?
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. The term firmly controlling, it is up to the debate in question, especially nowadays that I'm sure you know. Although the world is busy with Ukraine and Gaza, but recently there has been a lot of attacks on the Taliban across the country, especially in the big cities, in a span of just 2 years. Let's not forget that this rise in the resistance against the Taliban happened by the resistance fighters of Afghanistan all alone with no support from outside. It is based on the people's complete unhappiness from the Taliban rule and the Taliban's behavior. And it is just expanding and it is spreading.
But who's helping you in this effort? Because as I understand that you have been to Moscow at the invitation of Russian President Vladimir Putin recently, where you also took part in a diplomatic forum. So has there been any financial or any other help extended by Russia to your group?
No, I've been traveling to a lot of countries. I've been to Europe and I've been to regional countries for the past 2 years. And the purpose of the trip was to bring awareness because I strongly believe that the problems of Afghanistan, from the creation of the Taliban to the past 20 years of the Taliban's clash with the people of Afghanistan, and even before that, in the fighting against the Soviets to now, the problems of Afghanistan have always had roots and much bigger conflicts. It was the conflict between the superpowers. It was the regional conflicts. So it was always because of others that unfortunately we are now facing such situations. So therefore I have been traveling across Europe and I've been traveling to the regional countries to bring awareness that Afghanistan peace lies in their cooperation. So we
And what's the response
forward
been?
to the regional and the international cooperation for solving the issues of Afghanistan. And because right now this individual or these sort of engagement with the Taliban by countries, it is not doing any good for my people. And
Yes, but what's the response been of these countries? What are they promising to you?
Well, the promises that they are giving is that they are going to look into it, that they are going to have more cooperation between each other and also with the international community, because Afghanistan, we do not want Afghanistan to be the source of a rivalry, not between America and Russia, not between America and China, not between Europe and regional countries, but it should be the source of cooperation.
But that seems to be your hope. I just want to understand this, and just in the interest of time as well, that you're living in exile right now outside your country. You have said in your previous interviews that you yourself are a targeted person of interest right now from the Taliban. So, and you are traveling to all these countries, including Russia, which seems to be having their own sets of conversation with the Taliban to explore trade routes, and that's something their administration has admitted as well. So what's the hope here that you have for getting support from those kind of countries?
Once again, it is not in here, it is not about receiving support. It is about bringing awareness and also spreading this message that these engagement with the Taliban, it is for whatever reason, if it's economic or if even it's a security, it is not going to solve anything. Even the interests of those countries in the absence of a legitimate government in Afghanistan, which was being voted and
But
supported by the
is that
people of
enough for your
Afghanistan.
outfit, which is fighting insurgency, as you claim, on the ground in several provinces?
Well, the thing is, the fighting that we are doing, it is the last resort. We always, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. The fighting that we do, it is solely defensive purposes, and it is as the last resort that the Taliban left us with no choice. Uh, my father believed in it, and I strongly believe in it, that Afghanistan possesses a political solution. And the political solution cannot be achieved without the support of international community. And so far, international community are very much busy with their own sort of problem from Ukraine to Gaza and so on, and they're forgetting Afghanistan. So our effort is to bring that awareness that Afghanistan issue, it is not our issue only, it is the issue that affects everyone, and we need the help of regional countries and the world to help us to reach to that political solution, because so far these engagement
Okay.
policies, it is going nowhere.
Ahmad Shah, thank you for joining us. AhmadMassoud, who is the founder and leader of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, challenging as he runs a low level of insurgency against the Taliban in the Panjshir Valley. You're listening to Newsday with Rob Young and Davina Gupta. Stay with us. Lots